Hi everyone! Alrighty, so if you see that I have the same attire, I plan to make 2 videos today since I have my afternoon free. But this video is titled Why Not to Buy or Sell with Tradesy. So I just want to give a little story on why I really don't think that site is a really good site. Even when you call, they seem to be a little bit rude, but that's really not the reason why. I am going to give you a little story on why I really think that Tradesy is just a really bad site to buy from or even sell. Because one time not too long ago, I sold a purse through Tradesy, and they they have this policy where you can return any item for any reason, even just because you want to return it. It's happened to me once before where I sold some Michael Kors shoes, and I am not kidding you. I received the money, yes, almost right away after the person got the shoes, but then no lie, like a month later, I received the shoes back. The shoes had been used and beaten and smelled really, really bad. And the person had the audacity to send them back, and then the site took the money away from my bank, which was not really a lot of money. The shoes were brand new when I did send them out. I even had the pictures and everything up, and I had saved the pictures as well. The ones that I took, I had extra pictures, and of course the ones that were on the site. Then I emailed them and said, hey, you know what's up? This person used the shoes. It's been a month. They used the shoes several times at that. They didn't even look new. And when I sold them to the person, they were brand new. I had never ever used the shoes. I had bought them online. I was planning to return them to the store because they didn't fit. It was not the right size. But then I got lazy. I just totally forgot, and a few months went by, and I couldn't return the shoes anymore, so I ended up selling them on Tradesy. So that happened. I had to put a claim with Tradesy, and it always takes a while with these sites to hear back from them. You can definitely call them, but they seem to be a little rude when you call them. Sorry, drinking my Starbucks here. But anyhow, so they ended up giving me my money back, and they let me keep the shoes, which I ended up trashing anyways. So that was my first bad experience with them. I decided to still give the site a chance. I reopened my account months later. Couple months later at that, because this what I'm about to say happened to me not too long ago. So anyhow, so then recently I sold a bag, and the person received the bag. There was absolutely no reason why they were returning it. I guess they just had a change of heart. That's what I was told by Tradesy, and they allow those type of things to happen. So the bag was returned back, but I never received the bag. I was tracking it the whole time, and one day I was at work, and I received the email where it said that my package was delivered to let them know, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, cool. So someone signed for it, someone's home. I tried asking my husband or texted my husband to see if he was home, but he didn't respond. He was at work. My kids were at school, and I was like, well, maybe my neighbor received it because she has received some of my packages before. But that was not the case, and it said that I had received it, and this was a purse. So when I called the website, they're like, yeah, it says here that you received it. And I said, okay, well, who signed for it? And they're like, oh, if the item is under $500, which it was under $500 because this was an older Louis bag. And not only that, I sold it in a it was a cheap deal, to be quite honest with you. I just didn't need the bag. It was a clutch. It was under $500. And they're like, when an item is under a certain price, we don't need a signature. I was like, what? That makes absolutely no sense. How are you going to just leave an item that is supposed to be luxury item in front of someone's door without really, thinking about it, that, someone can actually go to the door, to the front of your door, and just take the box. So apparently that had happened, or I have no idea what happened. I have no cameras. I was trying to locate this item. They put a claim, and they took like a whole month. Tradesy took a whole month to give me my money, because they kept saying that I had received the item. And I was like, you know what? I never received the item. I don't know what you guys did. You guys didn't have anyone sign it, but I never received this item back. And I never received it. Even now, I've never received the item. So I really don't know what happened. I'm not trying to blame the post office that they stole it or anything like that. I really don't know, but I didn't receive the item. I didn't receive the clutch back. I literally had to threaten them and tell them that I was going to take this to a higher level if I didn't get my money for the item that I had fairly sent to the person that bought it. I shipped it right away. Right away, they said they were going to send it back. I didn't ask any questions. I guess if, the site has those policies where if you receive an item and you're just not happy with it, you can return it back. I agreed to sell there, so I was fine with it. I didn't understand because I had described the item perfectly to the person. I had posted all the pictures that were requested. The item was really honestly in a very excellent condition. So, I just assumed that what Tradesy told me was correct, that they had a change of heart and that they're allowed to do that. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But I never received my item back. So I don't know what happened from there to here. I don't know if the post office really did drop it off at my house or at someone else's house, but they're not going to, someone, even if it's a neighbor or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that my neighbors are like that. I know for sure one of my next door neighbors is not like that, because she has received packages for me. But you just never know. Maybe they dropped it off at the wrong house, the wrong address, and that person was definitely going to keep that item, especially something like that. So I was really upset at them, and I said, you know what? Anything that is luxury good, even if it's $300, $400, $500, should be sent where the person can sign for it to make sure that they receive it. So I was really upset about that, because it took more than a month for me to receive my money, because you got to think I shipped it, and by the time it gets there, it can take like 3, 4, 5 days, and then the person had it like 2 days before they sent it, and 3, 4, 5 days before I got it. And then I had to put the claim, and I had to try to figure out where was my package. I went to the post office a couple times, and nothing. They knew nothing. All they kept saying was that it was dropped off. The same thing that Tradesy was telling me. So I made them give me my money. And honestly, I think it was like $400. And then, they still make something off this. So they gave me what I was going to make, which was fine, whatever. Towards the end, after I actually basically threatened them. So I had to really do that. So honestly, I don't recommend this site, because I've had only bad experiences with them. Their customer service is really, really bad. And then not only that, they have the audacity to delete my account after that incident. Even though I never reported it to anybody else other than them, I never did anything about it. I received my money and I left it as that. But one day I was trying to look for an item, and I just decided, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go to Tradesy. And they deleted my account because they had to give me my money for something that, honestly, I really feel it was their fault and not mine, because I think that their responsibility is to make sure that that item makes it safe to the person, whether if it's the buyer or the seller, it doesn't matter, because those items are expensive. Louis Vuitton is expensive, and I don't think that it was fair. It wasn't my fault that I didn't ever receive the item. I checked everywhere in my front yard to see if by any chance that item was there, and it wasn't. It was nowhere. I asked my neighbors and no one saw anything, so it was really awkward. I'm not trying to blame anyone in particular, but I do say that Tradesy needs to take more responsibility for these kind of things. I think that it doesn't matter if the item is $100. They need to make sure that the item is signed for, because it's just not fair for someone to lose their money because of some sort of negligence like this one. So honestly, I really do say do not buy or sell with Tradesy. Another thing about them is that they don't authenticate. They don't do any type of authentication, and then if you receive an item that you feel is not legit, you have to write to them, wait for their respond, and then send it to them so they can authenticate it. So it's really a hassle. But for them to close my account because of something that they made a mistake on was pretty messed up, I would say, because really that was their mistake to not send the item back to me with signature required. So yeah, so that is why I really feel that people should not shop with Tradesy. So yep, ladies and gentlemen, I have another video that I want to upload right now, and I am making these videos live because for whatever reason it seems like they upload faster to YouTube. So anyways, ladies, I hope everyone is doing great. I just wanted to give you my experience with Tradesy. It really was shitty, and I don't think I'll ever even try to open another account with them. Plus, they closed my account because of their own mistake. Come on, really, Tradesy, get your shit together. It was really your fault that you guys didn't send me the item back with a signature required, and the item was probably stolen. I was gone all day. No one was at home, and I received no box back. So yeah, I don't think I should lose because you made that mistake. Anyhow, take care. God bless and goodbye. Ciao.